Hello, my name is Betsy, and I'm going to explain the patterns that I noticed for each shape in order to get their equation. And I'm going to start for the parallelogram. So for the parallelogram, I pre-made these 3 examples. And for my first example, I individually counted each of the squares, and I got that the area was 6 units squared. So then I tried to look at the dimensions to see how to get 6, and I noticed that the base was 2, and I noticed that the height was 3. And then if I multiplied 3 times 2, I got the area, which was 6. For the second example, I did the same thing, and I counted each square, getting the area of 12 units squared. I counted the base, which was 3, and I counted the height, which was 4. And when I multiplied the base times the height, I got the area of 12. For the last example, for the parallelogram, I did the same thing, and I got that the area was 8 units. And then I counted the base, and I got 4. And then I counted the height, which was 2, and 2 times 4 equaled 8. For the trapezoids, I made 3 examples again. For the first example, I counted each of the squares, and I got that the area was 6. And for the trapezoid, I noticed that there was 2 bases, the top base and the second base in the bottom. And there was also the height. So for the first base, I counted it and it was 1. For the second base, I counted it and it was 3. And then for the height, I noticed that it was 3 as well. So if I added both bases, the base 1 and base 2, I got 4. And then if I multiplied 4 times 3, I got 12. And then when I divided all that by 2, I got the area, which was 6. For this example, I noticed that the first base up here was 2, and that the second base down here was 4, and the height was 2. If I added 2, by 4, I would get 6, and then if I multiplied 6 by 2, I would get 12. And then if I divided all that by 2, I got the area that was 6. For the last equation, I decided to make it a little bigger. And when I counted it, I got that the area was 18. So for the first base, I noticed that it was 4. And for the second base at the bottom, it was 8 units. I multiplied those and I got 12. And then for the height, I saw it was 3. So I multiplied 12 times 3 and I got 36. And I divided 36 by 2 and I got the area, which was 18. And this is what I noticed for each of the polygons.
Okay, so here we first have the parallelogram, and the area for a parallelogram is the base times the height. And here, if you were to break it up, you can see 2 triangles, and then you see the square in the middle. So if you wanted to make it really easy, you could do the area for a triangle, which is base times height divided by 2, for both of these, and then go ahead and you can find that square in the middle. And then next we have the parallelogram over here, which is a plus b divided by 2 times the height. A is the top of the square, and you can see again this is a square and then the 2 triangles on either side. And then here we made b for the base for just the square, and then x for both sides. And then obviously the height comes straight down, and then it makes a 90-degree angle, and that's how you know it's the height.